Hello there. Hello. Welcome. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It is gamer time. Emphasis on the gay. It's good to see you two here. We got some Skyrim today. It's one of my favorite games. How do you like the new overlays? You saw my waiting screen, and this is now the gaming screen. You'll notice this gaming screen is actually transparent. So I have the game behind. So these little hearts you see around in the corners are there on the game. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm happy with them. Up until now, I have been using just kind of free assets that people post on Twitter sometimes. So, yeah, up until now, I've been using just like free overlays that anyone can use anytime they want, and they're not usually transparent. But this time, I have this. It was actually kind of on a whim. I was not intending on commissioning any new overlays like as soon as I did. I was intending to eventually, but just like I kind of jumped on it because I was talking with Curry earlier, like we were just kind of chatting, and I don't remember how it got brought up, but basically I was like, oh yeah, I should probably get new overlays at some point. I should probably contact that person. I was expecting overlays to take like a month. It didn't even take the person a day to make them. I was impressed. Oh, hello, DD Donster. Yeah, like, and the person I chose did a really outstanding job with the overlay. Can't you see? It looks so cute. It's good. I like the colors. I like the hearts. They did a good job with it. Yeah, I was expecting it to take like a month, because I'm not only asking for like one overlay, I'm asking for like 4. But no. This person is a genius. The person I chose, by the way, the person I contacted, I should say. The person I contacted to make these was Dianella VT over on Twitter. Yeah, they did a really good job and very affordable. I left a pretty good tip, because honestly, she should probably charge more, as is often the case. But yeah, I like them, and I was not anticipating this week to be the week where I get new overlays and show them off. It just happened. Isn't that nice? And this is a nice week too overall, because I've got quite a few stuff planned, if you didn't notice my schedule. But yeah, Skyrim. Where we left off, we built a house, and apparently people, whenever they come to visit, just have a ritual of using the free tanning rack. It's just courtesy for me to let them use it. They did after come all the way out here to tell me something. And then, I might as well just be a courteous host and let them use my tanning rack. But yeah, we've got a house. We've got a nice house now. Here it is. It's very cozy. A little bit missing on furnishings. You know, I've got sconces and stuff. Those are nice, but the walls are still a little bit bare. But this is also not the end of the house. We can absolutely expand. Oh, maybe that is all the furnishings. There's no way that's all the furnishings. I love you too, Maru. I love you too. I don't know about that glitch, D. I don't know about that glitch. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah, no, we can absolutely expand, you know, build a main hall, expand other stuff, like, that's totally something we could do. But, you know, we spent all of last Skyrim stream building this house. We might as well do a little bit of adventure. Let's, like, find a quest. Also drop a save. Find a quest. We could return to Codlac. Oh, thank you for the host, Maru. What do I do? Ooh, source of power and Ironbind Bear. Ooh. That's not a terribly far journey. Yeah, let's clear a dungeon. Let's clear a dungeon. And go to save. Okay. We're going on a bit of a journey, it seems. How much? 230. Do I need to drop anything off? It's probably a good idea. Let's use the chest outside here, actually. Anything particularly heavy weighing me down? It's probably miscellaneous. Glass. Yep, that's weighing me down by a whole lot. Honestly, that was just it. Okay. Now we can go on our adventure. So, also, Felicia, I totally missed your, forgot to respond to your question there. The plan for today in Skyrim is, what we do every day we stream Skyrim. I pick a random task and I don't really talk about it. This is my just chatting stream. No, it's, yeah, the plan, I guess, is we're gonna do a quest, and then maybe come back and work on our house a little bit more. I do really want to get my smithing caught up, because I think we're about at the point where, what smithing? 45. We want... Oh, we're actually pretty close to Orcish Smithing. Yeah, Orcish Smithing would be really good for us. So... Yeah, and you may have noticed in the last time I streamed this game that it's actually... This'll take me to Helgen, right. Yeah, I was a little bit lost there for a second on the road. No, music, why did you stop? Keep playing. So... What was I talking about? I can't remember. Anyway, though, yeah, smithing is our main goal. So we can upgrade our equipment, which will also upgrade our damage output. And we'll be in a better position to continue forth. Why did I say continue forth? Yeah, no. It's just it's a great day. Great day. It is a good day outside. Windows are nice and open, getting some nice cool chill breeze in here. I usually not a fan of chill breezes because I tend to get cold pretty easily. But this one's nice. This one is nice. It's a nice like 70 outside. Yeah, maybe like 75. Oh no, actually the temp is saying it's 80. That's in Fahrenheit, by the way. I don't know what it is in Celsius. You like non-Americans are probably freaking out and pulling your hair out right now. Like, how the hell is it 80? How are you alive? Yeah, no, it's a nice day. So, now the downside is everyone else also thinks it's a nice day, which means they're actually all mowing the lawn today. So if it seems my neighbor has stopped mowing the lawn for the day, like they were doing it earlier and now I'm not hearing anything. So yeah, I mean, it's not too noisy right now, but if it ever does get too noisy... Ooh! Hrothgar the Wanderer! Aha! Great of you to show up. Yeah, so basically, I'm just gonna grind up block against this guy, because why not? I don't want to accidentally hit the horse or this person, so I'm just gonna grind up block. Okay. Now I can maybe get a few swings in. Ooh! Ooh! That wasn't... No, that was not Hrothgar the Wanderer. That was just a random peddler. Well, I'm sorry, dude. I am sorry. I would absolutely have liked to trade with you. But guess we can't do that now. I guess I'll just murder you. Oh, maybe I should recast Stone Flesh. But, yeah, no, what I'm kind of getting to is, like, it's a nice day, people are mowing the lawns, I went out for a walk earlier, because I've been wanting to, like, get out a little bit more. Really? Okay. You know, I've been wanting to get out a little bit more, kind of enjoy the weather, because... way too many days lately I've just been like kind of inside all the time and just like living in the air conditioning, and I'm just like, no, I need some fresh air. So yeah, I went on a nice long walk outside. Would have gone on longer, but I kind of had to turn around at some point, and I did have a stream to set up for and lunch to eat before that. My appetite's been a little weird lately, I've noticed. Like last night, well, I don't know, it was kind of weird overall. Hello, Scartzilla. Oh, and male VTuber, hello. Nine plus 10 is 19. I think I knew that. Yeah, I don't know, just like yesterday I guess 10 plus 10 is 20. Yeah. I did know that too. Yeah, like, I don't know, the past 2 days my diet's been kind of weird. So, probably some of it is stress. I have been stressing out recently, and I have no idea why. And then I went on this nice long walk, and nice long rock? Nice long walk. I went for a nice long walk and kind of self-reflected a bit, and I'm like, you know the reason why I'm stressed? It's because I have not had an actual break for... I really can't remember when my last actual break was. I'm not talking about a long hiatus where I go on like family emergency trips and also family vacations together where we're constantly traveling every single day. And no, I mean having a day where I literally just sit, maybe like throw on JoJo or something, you know, catch up on my personal entertainment that I've been missing out on. Don't stream. Don't do any traveling. Just chill and have a day to yourself. It's been a long time since I've had one of those. So that might be why I'm a little bit stressed. A little bit more on edge recently. So I'll definitely make time for that soon. Oh, hello, Diana. So yeah, I'll definitely make time for that. I say as I scheduled every single day this week to be a stream. I usually even schedule my Sundays off. Like, that's a consistent thing that I've been doing recently, and this week I did not schedule Sunday off. What am I doing to myself? This is insane. I am gonna be my own downfall. So, yeah, and also, even the Sundays that I schedule off are typically not, like, even though I schedule them off, they're not really off. They're just off of streaming. But Sundays are actually my busiest days of the week for, like, VTubing stuff. That does not include streaming. Because that's the day when I do VTuber of the week. That's the day that I do... and there's always two, by the way. And that's also the day I, like, make my schedule and, like, make my posts about what is coming up this week. You know, my pinned tweet, that whole thread. Like, I do a lot of stuff VTubing related on Sundays that is not streaming. And it about takes up more of my day than streaming does. So as much as Sundays are break days for me, they're not actually break days. And so yeah, I really just I need a break. I'm gonna break myself. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Probably to at least alleviate some stress, I am going to pick one day this week to, aside from the stream that day, just don't do anything. Just don't do anything. I think that'll be good for me. Laughing Jack, thank you for the follow. Unless you are a bot, then go fuck yourself. Aha! Fusroda! Seems you're not a bot. Hello. And here we come out to my favorite region of the game. Just like the open plains tundra area behind Whiterun is so good. Well, it's good to see you, and thank you for the follow. And yes, Skyrim is a very good game. Like, look at this. Oof. Oof. This game is pretty. Even after all these years. Isn't Skyrim, like, turning 10 this year? I mean, the bots have been kind of a little bit out of hand. Can you, can you really blame me? I thought I wasn't getting any of these malicious bots at all, but I've been just paranoid about it even when I don't think I ever did. And then I found out that one of the followers I got on my MTG stream Saturday was actually a bot, and it's like, well, I feel stupid for actually calling it out. But yeah, oh yeah, Skyrim is so good. It is absolutely one of those games that I always come back to it. It's just, it is one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah. Oh, Rumble VR, thank you for the raid. Yes, we are doing an unarmed build. Laughing Jack, we are. And thank you for the follow, Chimotsua, thank you for the follow. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, Skyrim is just one of those games I always keep coming back to because it's one of my favorites. Chimo. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna chill with some Skyrim. You know, just some good Skyrim. Ah, oh, very nice. Very nice. And we are actually in one of my favorite regions of the game. The kind of tundra area behind Whiterun. That's technically in Dawnstar territory. That is just so good. You always go two-handed Warhammer. That's interesting. I actually haven't played a two-handed build in a very long time. I just have... Oh, hello, Ninja Haru. Oh, cool. Your name is Haru too. Nice. Unless you're me, but ninja form. Hang on. Are you all hearing that beeping? It's probably coming out the window. There's probably some big truck backing up outside. That would be my luck, wouldn't it? You don't hear beeping? Good. Ninja me from the future. Come to kill me, perhaps? There can only be one? Oh, hi. You're a dirty stealth archer? Well, you are sure a dirty, dirty bee, Maru. Dirty bee. No, stealth archers are cool. Yeah, I think I tend to go magic builds. Like, no matter what character I play as, I will always have some school of magic that I use. Crossbow and daggers. Now, crossbow, that's something I have not used in a long time. Or ever, actually. I've never done a build of Skyrim that used a crossbow. I do want to do that. I want to actually, like, use crossbows. Yeah, no, this build is... It was a point of a challenge run. I've actually never once in my life done an unarmed build, even though I conceptually know how to do it. Yeah, alteration, restoration. I can see how that would be useful in a two-handed build. Is this the right way? How... Okay, we're still headed the right way. Alright, good to hear, D. Good plan.
Important deliveries to make. No time for chatting. Important deliveries to make. No time for chatting.
Yeah, I've never once done an unarmed build, even though I conceptually know how you're supposed to do one. So I just started this run as an unarmed build. And the point is, I'm only allowed to use my fists. However, I am allowed a shield. And I'm allowed to use shouts. Like, those are the three things I'm allowed to use. And I'm allowed to use non-offensive magic. So I do also include Alteration and Restoration. So there are a lot of things I am allowed to do. It's just, essentially, I'm not allowed to use anything offensive except my fists. And it's been a fun run so far. One of my I think it was Curry, one of my friends. I think he was the one that, like, came up with the idea, of... Okay, that's, like, where we're supposed to go. I think he was the one that, like, mentioned it was, like, a Captain America build, basically, and that is it. Basically, it's Captain America, because he is only allowed a shield in his fists, except for the scenes where he uses guns. And... yeah, the other things that I use are smithing, so that I can be good at heavy armor, basically get the best heavy armor I can. Enchanting, because that is where you're going to need that enchantment from those Gloves of the Pugilist you mentioned there, Rumble VR. So I can use that enchantment to as good as it can get. Alteration, just kind of to up my defense even more, because I tend to need that. Restoration, I think I've only recently started going into Restoration, but Restoration is also very useful because I do heal myself up. Then Heavy Armor, of course, to maximize my armor rating and therefore maximize my damage output, because you need Fists of Steel if you're doing an unarmed run. And then Block, because Block is actually pretty good. I find I take a lot less damage when I block, and it kind of is a great way to spice up combat. If you think combat gets too boring in Skyrim, start blocking. It makes the combat a little bit more interesting. And those are the only skills I'm dabbling in. Yeah, the transmute mineral ore is a pretty useful spell. I use it to grind a little bit, but I don't like to grind if I can in this game. That is, like, Skyrim is a flawed gem, and that is one of the things that I'm not particularly fond about Skyrim, is how some skills it's super easy to level up, and some skills it's super hard to level up. And the skills that are easy to level up are the ones that you're going to be using every single day in combat, and the ones that are hard to level up are the ones that won't. And by combat, I mean, like, spells that you actively cast to attack. Or Restoration. That's a little bit easier to level up too in combat. No, Alteration kind of sucks. And they're, my least favorite one is Alchemy. That takes forever to level up. It's just hard to level up Alchemy, and I never end up finishing a run and still continuing with Alchemy, so I've never gotten that very high. Hello, Mochia. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Mochi. I'm not as fond of, like, being called dude or bro, but, you know, I'm a little bit more comfortable with people that just instinctively use it for everyone. So, I'm fine with it. Yeah, you have my permission to call me dude, bro. Draft of alteration. Okay. Yeah, alchemy is a very broken system, and if you can level up alchemy a lot, like, you can essentially just, like, one-shot everything and have the best armor in the game, and all sorts of other stuff. I just never really dabble in it, personally. Oh, thank you for the follow, Mochia. I think there's an alchemy potion that increases XP, so... if you do the stupid enchant... What? I'm not following that sentence. I will hydrate Maru. And hello, Malefic Music. Malefic Music. Ooh, woo. You remember when this game came out? Your brother went to midnight release. He wouldn't let you play the first week he had it. That's... oh, I remember when this game came out, too. That's such a nostalgic moment for me, going out to buy Skyrim. Like, that moment changed my life. Yeah, that's the... well, you can't make your enchanting better, but you can use, like, the boost restoration potion, like, enhanced restoration, which enhances enchantments. General Kenobi, hello. Yeah, you can use the enhanced restoration, which also boosts enchantments, and then go in a massive loop from there by improving your enchanting, therefore improving your alchemy, therefore improving your enchanting, therefore improving your alchemy, therefore improving your enchanting, therefore improving your alchemy, and so on and so forth. As long as you have the resources for it. Alright, have a fun stream, Maru. Thank you so much for stopping by, friend. I hope you have a wonderful day, because you deserve it. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mochia. Yeah, so... the thing with... yeah, you can make a ton of money doing that, too. Yeah, so when Skyrim first came out, I had never played another Elder Scrolls game in my life before. I was vaguely aware of the franchise by name, but I knew virtually nothing about the franchise. I wasn't even really that much of a Bethesda fan. And then I saw the trailer for Skyrim, and people were really hyped for it. And so I'm like, okay, cool. We had, like, an Xbox 360 at home. We didn't even have, like, no one in the house had a PC yet. Skyrim is what got me to get a PC.
Sit up straight, son. I'm worried about you.
Thank you for the posture check. Yeah, like, I'd never played Skyrim before in my life, but it looked super cool, and I had a 360. And basically... it wasn't even... you forget I'm older than you? Yeah, it's weird to think that there are people that are like, younger than me. They're VTubers. It's insane. Yeah, so basically, heck, I think the youngest VTuber I know is, like, almost a decade younger than me. That's weird. They're a minor, by the way. So, yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, it's like, Skyrim came out like a while. How old was I? Well, if it came out almost 10 years ago, I would have almost. I think I would have been like 14. Yeah. So I was about 14 when Skyrim came out, and so. Wait, no. No. It would be the inverse. Right? Yeah, that's not how numbers work. I would have been about 16. Yeah, I think it would have been 16. You can legally drink in the US in October. Oh, nice. It's cool that you have an October birthday. Yeah, it came out in 2011. This is 2011. Math is hard. Maybe I was... No, I would have been as old as I am, so I would have been 15. That's it. Yeah, I would have been 15 when Skyrim came out. So, yeah, I waited until, like, Black Friday. Y'all know Black Friday, the insane holiday about capitalism where everything is cheaper but you have to kill each other for it. Yeah, I went Black Friday. It's a blood ritual. Yeah, I went Black Friday to pick up this game at Best Buy, and yeah, it was just... That moment changed my life for gaming a lot because it was good. I did not actually have to murder that many people because the murdering actually happens in the mornings on Black Friday. Afterwards, there's just sweat and blood all over the floor. So I did have to wade through some of that to pick up the game, but it was there and available for pickup. So that is yeah, yeah, that was a while ago. uh Yeah, what if the Purge was legal? Have they been to a mall on Black Friday? Yeah. Oh, thank you for the sub, Rumble VR. Yeah, so, but I picked up the game, brought it home. It wasn't even in my hometown yet. We celebrated Thanksgiving that year at my cousin's. Well, like my cousins slash grandmas slash aunts and uncles. Like I have a whole family that lives in a town that's like 3 hours away from me. So we go there for holidays every once in a while. So I was like 3 hours away from home when I went to pick up Skyrim. So my first experience playing Skyrim, the opening sequence and everything, was like not even on my own Xbox. It was on my cousin's Xbox. And I had a lot of fun with the game. It was like my first ever experience with any Elder Scrolls games. I'd never even seen an Elder Scrolls game. And I played Skyrim and I was like, whoa. This is insane. And also it was because of that experience where like Skyrim was my first Elder Scrolls game. Actually, I'll do something in the game other than just hopping around. How about that? I'm gonna do something. So what's going on here?
If Miss Salma insists on this folly, so be it. I admit.
Okay, who are you?
We should be inside loading up on treasure. Worry Scales here thinks we should wait, though. Don't get any ideas either. We were here first.
Um...
Gold, silver, gems maybe? Only one way to find out. I don't care what Beam says. It's high time we get in there and find our fortune. Not without us, you aren't. I'm sure there's enough for everyone after all. Come on, Beamja. We're going.
Alright.
Shake us off that easily.
So anyway, yeah, it was when... It's because of that experience where, like, Skyrim was my first ever experience with the franchise. And even though I was aware, like, as I was getting into Skyrim, there are probably people that have played the earlier games, and, like, that's what got them into the franchise. And they're probably gonna shit on this game, maybe. Basically, like, I'm not the only person whose first experience with the game is with the franchise is Skyrim. But also, I'm not the only person who is. Like, there's a lot of people who are, for the first time in their entire lives, experiencing an Elder Scrolls game. And so, you know, basically, big respect to people who like to shit on the newer games and say, oh, the older ones are the best games ever, and wahaha, nostalgia. It's like... But also... This is my nostalgia now. Like, Oblivion might be nostalgic for you. Skyrim is nostalgic for me. So... Like... Yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah, elitists do shit on Skyrim, and they are still releasing Skyrim, yeah. Yeah, like, there's an entire new generation of gamers that are now experiencing Skyrim for the first time, and it is because of those releases. Like Special Edition and Legendary Edition and all that stuff, and like on the Switch and on the newest gaming consoles and all those re-releases. Where am I going? Is this way forward? I'm lost. Okay, this is way forward.
This is it. We found Gafric's tomb.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, having ESO be your first experience.
Look around.
I took the dagger to sell. I'm not going to use it. Yeah, like Skyrim. Basically, Skyrim was my first... You can run Doom in Factorio? That's neat. And very weird. God, programming is insane. Okay, I need a pole chain, right?
Watch what you're doing.
This is what I need. Okay. I swear the last time I did this dungeon, I ran around for like a good 15 minutes trying to find how to get through there. I ended up Googling it, and it was just like there. Yeah. That was not my best moment. In my defense, dungeons can get pretty visibly dark. Like, it's hard to see things in the dungeons, and hiding a pull lever, like, in a very dark place is, like, you could easily miss it. I don't mind ESO. ESO is a fun experience in itself, and I like the skin of... I mean, it really is just the skin of the Elder Scrolls on an MMO. Like, they took a basic MMO and then threw, like, the setting and lore all together. There are torches, but I never use them. Yeah, like, I don't mind ESO. It's a fun enough experience, and I do actually want to play it on stream if I can at some point. Like, I'll have to make room in my schedule and stuff, but I wouldn't mind playing it on stream. I do kind of want to get back into ESO. It's a fine enough game. It's just... and it's a, like, pretty decent MMO. It's just... there are... It's better to play Skyrim if you're looking for an Elder Scrolls game. But what I really like about it is the fact that almost all of Tamriel is represented. And, like, they actually integrate some lore, even though I know some of the lore in ESO kind of clashes with the lore in the Elder Scrolls. Like, I think I've heard that, though, is, like, essentially... well, no, actually, I'm thinking of a different thing. Like, I've heard how in the Elder Scrolls, a lot of the lore is actually intentionally misleading and, like, misrepresented in different games, because that's kind of actually how actual word of mouth and also even written legends get passes down, is the tale will change from time to time. And, like, new additions will occur, and even some of them might be contradictory. But also, like, I know some people are... what a lot of the lore people are upset about with ESO isn't what is, like, written lore in the game. It's, like, the actual events that occur are contradictory to lore that we've had elsewhere. Like, before the game came out. Yeah, the setting is a dream, and just also, like, I think... oh, hi, Gamma! It's good to see you here, friend. Yeah, also, I think the thing with ESO... like... isn't it set in a dragon break? So, essentially, like, everything can be true all at once, or something like that. Or maybe it's, like, set right before Dragon Break, something like that. And if you don't know what a Dragon Break is... woohoo! That needs to be a whole different stream all on its own, where I discuss Dragon Breaks. Dragon Breaks are fucking insane. But, like, with... the... oh, shit. Oh, shit. Ow. Aw, thank you, Gamma. Yeah, Dragon Breaks are a whole thing, and yes, I've heard that essentially all Elder Scrolls games are set in a Dragon Break. If you don't know the terminology I'm using, look it up. It's like too much to explain right now what a Dragon Break is. Although, we could also totally get into a discussion about what a Dragon Break is. Like, I'm not opposed to it. I'll probably need leather. Is that a filled lesser? I don't think it's filled. No, it's definitely filled. Because petty is 10, petty filled is 40. Wait, no. Right, it's a lesser. I have no idea if it was filled or not, and I'm too lazy to look. Yeah, I mean, we could totally get into a discussion about... If any of you were here last time I streamed this game, I got into a deep dive discussion on the monomyth. So... I mean, I'll talk about what I want on stream. Y'all are here for some reason, I presume. So... hopefully you wouldn't mind. Hopefully you don't mind me talking about what I want to talk about. But yeah. The RVR mechanics are really fun, which kind of makes the class system necessary. RVR, you mean the PvP? What's RVR? I'm not sure. Yeah, like... Here's the thing about ESO, by the way, that I'm kind of like... As long as it's not New Vegas lore. Oh, Realm v Realm. Okay. Interesting. I'm not familiar with the term, actually. Yeah, like, the thing is... with... The thing is with, like... the classes is... I know... with all games, like, some class is going to be, like, a little bit more powered in special areas than others. But I found very much with ESO that no matter what my class was, I was still pretty relatively balanced in the same way. Like... Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, like, there's all sorts of... I'll take that. Yeah, there's all sorts of different stuff with how I feel about it, because, like... Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting to. Is no matter what class I pick, I always felt like I wasn't as powerful as I could be. And it makes sense that you want an MMO to be balanced, because then there will be people that really min-max and are super overpowered, and then there are going to be people that are going to be just new to the whole concept of video games in general, and therefore will have just a very well-rounded character, and they'll get their asses wiped by the people that min-max. So that, like, there's a reason why MMOs need to have balanced class systems, but as an Elder Scrolls player, I don't like balanced classes. I enjoy feeling powerful. Not that all classes shouldn't equally balance out. Like, I want to feel as powerful playing a high-level rogue as I do playing a high-level mage, but still, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I never want to feel underpowered in the late game. I always want to feel like a god. That's why I play Elder Scrolls games. This just in. Haru wants to feel like a deity. Also, hello, Ghosty. Yeah, it's also so slow to level up. What I enjoy about ESO is the setting and being able to explore Tamriel. It's also a very pretty game. It's a great MMO. It's just not the best Elder Scrolls experience. I mean, I've had god complexes before. Y'all have, if you had been here for, like, the last 2 Skyrim streams or so, you would absolutely remember me claiming to be a god. Oh shit, I am hurting. I've not played Final Fantasy XIV. I've heard it's really good. I just really don't have time for an MMO, especially not another MMO, when I'm currently just wanting to get back into ESO. I don't have the time to also dedicate to getting into Final Fantasy. I know a lot of people love it, and I also know if I were to play Final Fantasy, I would be able to play with a lot of my friends, because a lot of them play it too. And that would be super fun. But I just don't have the time for it. Oh, shit. Yeah, like, I want to get into ESO, and I don't have time for that. I want to get into, like, alright, have a good night, D. Thanks for stopping by. Like, here's the thing, I would not be opposed to playing Final Fantasy, because then I would be able to play with friends, and that's such a nice thing to be able to do that I've always missed when I play an MMO. Because, like, when I played ESO, like, none of my friends played it. I was the only person that played it. And yeah, like, I want to play an MMO with friends. Yeah. I tried to get into the Old Republic, but here's the thing with the Old Republic. Once you get past the early game, I got absolutely flooded with all the things I hate about MMOs. Which is, like, leveling really seems to slow down, and there's all these different, like, seasonal events and microtransactions and, like, arenas and all this, like, PvP stuff. Like, I'm just here for the story. I'm just here for the game. Don't suffocate me with all this stuff. Yeah, so after the early game, I stopped playing the Old Republic. And the sad thing is ESO is kind of starting to be like that too. Like, they're starting to suffocate you with all that stuff after you're done with the tutorial. It sucks. Yeah. I would really love to play it with friends. Like, ESO with friends would be so good. And the reason was... Holy shit. Damn it. Yeah, the PvP is good in ESO. I do actually enjoy the PvP. Which is a very rare thing with me for any sort of game. So, yeah, it's got good PvP, but, yeah, like, besides PvP, so, there's the the PvE party stuff, like, dungeons. That's one thing I missed out on when I was playing the game, is, aside from single-player dungeons, I never completed any dungeons. Because I never had any friends to do dungeons with. And... yeah, like, it's just, it feels like I missed out on a whole section of the game just because I didn't have any friends. So, if I got back into it, I would really like to have friends to play with. But that might be for a while because I don't have time to get back into ESO. Guild Wars 2, that's a game I've not played at all, ever. I've heard people play it, I've heard people like it, but I've not played it myself. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I hate how you get slowed down by ice magic. It really sucks. I'm gonna die! Yes. Guild Wars is one of those games, like, I never considered getting into. I hear that's also one that people like, but I've just got different things. Can I please shout? There we go. So, yeah, the thing with, I want to get... Basically, I've repeated this many times. This is the main point of this whole tangent, is I want to get back into an MMO, but if I did, it would really be nice if I had friends to play with. Which is why I'm kind of, like, somewhat torn between getting into ESO, which is the game that I want to play, versus getting into Final Fantasy, which is the game all my friends play. However, I have gotten into recently and very much been enjoying Sea of Thieves, which, it feels weird to call that game an MMO. It, I guess, technically is an MMO, but it doesn't really have the same MMO vibes. And yeah, it doesn't have all the MMO vibes that I'm familiar with. Games like ESO and yeah, that's fair, Felicia. That's like, I think I polled about it before on Twitter. Like, if I were to get into an MMO, should I go with a game that all my friends are playing, or should I go with the game that I want to play and hope my friends maybe join me? And so many people said, play the one you want to play, like, hands down. So, yeah, there's that. But yeah, I pulled it, and that's what everyone said. But no, yeah, I picked up a game that has an online experience that tells me that it's an MMO, but also it doesn't feel like one. It doesn't like feel like that's the category it fits into, and that's Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves fits very much into... Yeah, it's not really a traditional RPG. It's just like a fun experience, really. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Elite Dangerous. Because it's an experience that can be in it. I think it fits kind of closer to the category of like Euro Truck Simulator, which is an MMO. I mean, there are at least MMO mods for it. But most of your experience is not the MMO part, like not the other players, unless you want it to be. I feel like that's kind of the way Sea of Thieves is like you're not gonna be flooded with all the other players. They're just gonna be there, and you might run into them, and that's a very, like, That's kind of how I like it. I don't like to be forced to be around all the other player characters. I like to choose to be around the player characters. Yeah, that's, I mean, true. That's also a game that's more fun to play with other players than to just play it by yourself.
Lucky for you, that was just sitting there.
I should thank you. I knew the girl wouldn't be strong enough to help me kill Gathric alone. There's just one more thing I need from you. To fully absorb Gathric's power, I require a blood sacrifice. Your blood should be good enough. This will go easier for us both if you don't bother fighting back. You're as good as dead.
Yeah, so there's various MMO experiences that I'm just like, okay. Wait a minute. Yep. I did not drink the healing potions this save. And also, let's cast some fast healing. He'll run out of magicka eventually. Well, that's an interesting experience with 14. Yeah, so here's... It's based on my first ever experience with a... Oh wait, no, I should read that. I shouldn't just pick it up. It's based on my first... Also, let's read this. Letter to Beamjaw. Beamjaw, keep my daughter safe, and you'll earn both your freedom and that damn book you've wanted so badly. But by the divines, if any harm comes to her, I'll make sure everyone I do business with will hear about what you did in Blackmarsh. So this guy was a criminal being held as, like, whatever, and stuff and things. So, let's... is this filled? No, it's not filled. Damn it, I really want a filled soul gem. Filled soul gems are so good. Yeah, so I enjoy MMOs, but each one has a different experience. Okay, so yeah, here's the probably one of the reasons why Sea of Thieves is a game I enjoy so much. And it's because even though it's a game that only came out, like, relatively recently, right? It only came out in the past few years, didn't it? It's even so, and even though I've never played the game before, like last week, it's still nostalgic for me. And here's why. First off...
Look, I never needed treasure. My father owns land. Our family is wealthy. I just wanted adventure. Not this. Go on without me. I think I need to be alone for a while.
Wow, 2018? That's... actually not as recently as I thought. But yeah, 2018... makes sense. Even though I've never played it before, it's nostalgic. And that's because my first ever MMO experience, and one of, like, my first gaming experiences of, like, falling in love with the game that was my own, and, like, living in that world, was with Pirates of the Caribbean Online. Like, that game... it felt like I was part of a community there. Like, the guilds there actually interacted with each other and had various, you know, like, events, different rivalries, and these were all player organized, by the way. This had nothing to do with, like, actual things you could do in the game. You know, they would have events, player, like, guild rivalries, sometimes guild marriages or alliances, and all sorts of various things. It was a living, breathing world with people. Also, did I miss the Skyrim exit? Am I just heading out the back way? I think I'm heading out the long way. yeah, it was a very living, breathing world of people just doing whatever they wanted to. Like, there was game there, but it was just like a place you go to chill and relax. And oh, ooh, that's what's unique about this place is this battle axe, because this battle axe carries a unique enchantment that you can actually disenchant, and I believe it both boosts other fire enchantments, and it also like that 10 damage is static. It doesn't matter how powerful you make the enchantment, it will always do 10 points of damage. The thing that scales based on the power level of the enchantment is the if target dies within X seconds. So that's a pretty decent enchantment that doesn't seem like much right off the bat. Like 10 damage isn't really anything. It's not that good. But it really does make a big difference if you're really trying to min-max your character damage output with enchanted weapons. But anyway, yeah, no, it was just like, it was an experience that I really enjoyed. Like, I would come home after school, after a long day, and be really excited to get back on Potco. Like, that was my jam. Like, after school, forget about homework. I probably don't have that much homework, right? And even if I did, fuck it. The Potco is more important. That was such the experience. Like, owning a ship and naming it. My character, I actually had two characters. I had Jeremiah O'Silver and I want to say it was like Rachel O'Silver was, I think, the other character's name. Yeah, I played as both of them and had them both kind of interact with the same circle of guilds. And like, those were the two characters I played as, Jeremiah O'Silver and Rachel O'Silver. And I, at one point, left a guild that I was very fond of to spy on a guild that we were rivals with by joining that guild. And then shortly after, starting my own guild that was allied to the first guild, the one that I was fond of and ended up leaving. So essentially I founded a splinter guild and was the leader of that guild, and I ran that guild, and it was a pretty good guild, pretty active. And the guild's name was Silver's Stars. That was the name of the guild. I even remember the name of my lieutenant, or yeah, my lieutenant in that guild. Or no, what were the ranks again? It used to be member, officer, and guildmaster, and then I think when they released the guild update, it became member, lieutenant veteran officer master. I think that's how it went. Member, veteran. Yeah. So I made one other player an officer in my guild, and his name was Crazy Frog. I remember him. He was actually a pretty low level. He didn't really he didn't do all that much leveling. He was there for the vibes. I was the highest level. I was like the highest level you could possibly be. That was such an achievement. And then when I had all my other skills to the highest possible level, oh, that was fun. Like, voodoo staffs. Voodoo staffs were the shit. Like, they were... Oh. Do I take this? Yes, I do. Voodoo staffs were the shit. Like, that was when you knew you were getting into the good stuff. Swords were fine. You know, swords were your pretty basic go-to. Most likely to be the first weapon skill that you level up to max. But... And guns were like the second thing that you unlock. Oh, I remember when the gun update happened. That was so cool. Like, it used to just be pistols, and then they threw in like blunderbusses and bayonets and muskets and I think there was even like a rapid fire gun. I can't remember, but there were like a few different. Yeah, I do need ice ray teeth. There were a few different things that you could do. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, just like the weapons. They're like... Each weapon was unique, but the weapon you knew... First of all, the weapon that you rarely used was the, like, bombs, because that was the hardest weapon to use, in my opinion. Like, they were fine, but they're good... They're good if you're playing support. They're not good if you're on the front lines, because you can't really throw them when they're close to you. But the voodoo staff... First of all, it's an AoE weapon. Like, every single thing you cast is AoE. Second of all, it includes healing and ways you can boost people around you if you're playing more of a support character. And it also included massive damage AoE spells that absolutely devastated all the enemies around you. The voodoo staff, when you unlocked that, was, like, the best thing. Okay, this is absolutely going to lead me back through, isn't it? It's going to be annoying. I'm going to just follow the marker. Yeah, the Voodoo Staff was amazing. You unlock the Voodoo Staff at level 30, and the level cap in the game was 50. So, you know, it was a late game weapon. If you saw someone using a Voodoo Staff, you knew for a fact they were a character that's been around for a while. But yeah, it was very cool. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also had... So Jeremiah O'Silver was the one that founded the guild, Silver Stars. Rachel O'Silver, I had stay inside the first guild that my guild was allied to. Also, I think I remember there were a few, like, actual community organized guild events in which my guild actually participated. Like, I signed up to do those things. That was super cool. I also... Oh, I remember this. This was actually super fun. The admins, you know, the people that run the game, the admins... I had very few interactions with admins. The most memorable one was when I was playing... there was like an event that they organized, a community event organized by the admins, and it was a race. This was, you know, when they added in potion making and you could make potions that made you run super fast. And each ship type had a different speed. So sloops were the fastest, and then schooner. Was it schooners? I feel like no, it was the war sloop. Oh, how could I have forgotten war sloops? Oh my gosh. No, wait. No, that was a type of sloop. No, there was absolutely something different. There was the sloop, the galleon, the frigate. Maybe it was the ship of the line. I think they did eventually add that in, didn't they? They added in the ship of the line as a ship you could get. But anyway, the sloop was always the fastest. And no, it was a brig. That's what it was. There was the ship of the line, and they were playing around with the idea of adding ship of the line as a class that you could play, as a class of ship that you could play in the game. But in the end, they added the brig, which was just kind of a mix between the galleon and the frigate. It was like a little bit faster than a galleon, but a little bit more storage space than the frigate. So yeah. Okay, we need to head... What was the quest I did? Oh, it was just the Word of Power, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. This is probably... That's what's on my map. Yeah, I don't want that. So... Yeah, there was like... As you can see, I'm very nostalgic about this game, and it was sad when the servers shut down. But... see you, Felicia, and thank you for stopping by. It was fun chatting with you. Yeah, I was very nostalgic about this game, and that's kind of why I get that same nostalgia for Sea of Thieves. Because you have a ship. You have these, you know, you go on adventures and you bring back loot. You have to take care of the ship while you're out at sea. And there's just those moments of tranquility when you're just out on the open water. And you're just like, I'm a pirate. Those are the moments of just like pure bliss and pure freedom that I have, like, that I feel when I play that game, that are very similar to what I felt when I played Potco. Now, I know there was a whole restoration project to bring Potco back, and I was very following and in tune with all the politics going on with those restoration projects, because would you believe there was politics involved with those restoration projects? A lot of it, and none of it was good. So that kind of disassociated me from them. Like, I was just like, well, I just want to play this because this is my one way of playing this game that I fell in love with when I was a kid. But then it's like, well, the people running it are kind of assholes. And then, like, this one restoration project that I was following and kind of vibed with got completely shut down because the other restoration project got jealous and, like, saw them as competition and absolutely destroyed them with, like, actual IRL stuff like doxing and raids and all that sort of stuff. It was absolutely insane. It's just like, it's just a fucking game. Just, we all can agree that we love this game. Can't we just, like, not get jealous of each other's projects? we all just agree that everyone involved in this is doing it so we can play the game again. I don't give a damn about your rivalries. But no, it left a bad taste in my mouth, so I stopped following along with those projects. So maybe I won't get to play the game again. But what I will get to play again, or what I do get to play, and gives me similar vibes, is Sea of Thieves. So if I haven't left a good enough recommendation for you on Sea of Thieves while we're playing Skyrim, a completely unrelated game, go out and buy a Sea of Thieves. It's a fun experience. I enjoy it. I will say it can get kind of hectic. Especially if you're playing with any less than 2 players.
Greetings, sister. You look weary. Take a look.
Oh, look, a drug dealer. So yeah, Sea of Thieves. My personal recommendation. Although, yeah, when I played single player, if any of you were there for my collab on... What day was it last week? Thursday? I think it was Thursday. Or maybe it was Wednesday. Or Tuesday. I can't remember what day it was last week, but I had a Sea of Thieves collab with Nura and Impish, Cody the Impish Nerd. And that was very fun. Playing it with like a crew of people. We just kind of went on adventures together. Oh, that was great. Playing it solo is stressful. I enjoyed playing it with other people. I played it by myself, and that was very stressful. I still enjoyed it, but, like, the things you can rely on other crewmates, like, for instance, someone being able to fire the cannon, and someone being able to steer the ship, and someone being able to, like, repair and patch up all the holes in the ship when you get hit with cannons. You have to do all of that yourself if you're playing solo. And realistically, you can only do like 2 of those things at once. Also, I forgot, watch your own health bar. You have to watch your health bar. You can only realistically do like 2 of those things at once and maybe put half effort into watching your health bar. So essentially what I was sacrificing was being able to steer the ship to try to keep the ship from sinking, or I was sacrificing being able to patch up the ship so that my ship could get moving. And I absolutely could not fire the cannon to save my life. It was so hard to hit the ship that was attacking me. I'm pretty sure it was an NPC ship. So that very first treasure hunt that didn't take you very far away from like the starting island was stressful. And I did sink, like, my ship got sunk. I, however, was able to have a successful return journey. And, like, I was able to pick up all the loot that I'd missed the first time and throw it on my ship. And sail back home and sell it. But, man, that was stressful. And I had I also have a dog on there. Dog's name is Fenrir. We agreed on that during our collab the other day. The dog's name is Fenrir. Fenrir is a very good boy. I love him to bits, and he is the best $6 I've ever spent in a video game ever. And yeah, so Fenrir is a good boy. He keeps me company when I'm alone on the sea. And he does not like cannons. He cries and whimpers and cowers when cannons get fired, and I give him cuddles and snuggles because he doesn't deserve that. Fenrir is such a good boy. So, yeah, I've been playing that game, Sea of Thieves, kind of in the background a bit. Aw, thank you, Diana. I love you too. So, yeah, it's... Also, this was just hilarious, like, actual cartoonish, like, I laughed when this happened. I mean, I was mad and shocked and surprised, but also just, like, it was kind of funny when it happened. Was that...
The green will bloom again. All thanks to you.
I was sailing back to the island where my ship sunk to recollect all the loot, and basically, on my way to that island, I sailed a little bit too close to, I guess it was like some kind of fortress. Like, there are islands that are fortified and will shoot at you if you sail too close to them. So I sailed a little bit too close to one. I heard the cannon shot. I turned and looked, and it's like, oh, that cannon is miles away. There's no way it's going to hit me. I'll just kind of watch it fly over. It hit me smack in the face. Like, in the head. And I fell off my fucking ship. And landed in the water, and my ship sailed off without me. I kid you not, that was exactly the experience. And the moment of just, like, shock and realization of what just happened to me was just, like, that was a great moment. Because I was like, I did not expect this. I did not anticipate a single stray cannon shot for me sailing slightly too close to punish me this much. Thank you for the hydrate, Diana. Okay. Let's get back to the game, Skyrim. So I realized I followed this quest marker, but that's to Codlac, and I don't want to Codlac just yet. I want to do other stuff. I want to see... Do you train in smithing? You don't train in smithing. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, go check out the Discord server that my friends and I are running, and thank you for doing that shout out for me, Ian. It's good to have you here. Yeah, so just stuff. Sea of Thieves. It's a fun game. It's an experience. But so is Skyrim. Skyrim is a gorgeous game. Sea of Thieves is a gorgeous game. I promise, Skyrim, I'm not cheating on you with another game. It's fine. I'm in an open relationship with Skyrim. It's fine. It's consensual. But anyway, no, it's, games are pretty. I'm probably gonna level up soon. You want to see Starry Eyes? I cannot actually remember what Starry Eyes is. I think it's this one. Hopefully it is, and hopefully I remember to turn this expression off in the next 5 minutes. Let's do some disenchanting. Very true, Diana. Games are almost as pretty as girls. Not quite, but almost.
Divine smile on you. So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
So time to sell you all the random stuff I don't need. I couldn't disenchant. I lose a little bit on that. Tell you what, you can have this. I don't need that. Anything else? Anything else? No, I think I'm good. Also, notice how cheap the Amulet of Talos is. Damn. Talos just got fucking devastated by the
You know, if you've got the aptitude,
market.
you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
Yeah, I think it's kind of weird. I think it's kind of weird too. That's why I will go back to my normal expression now. So yeah, we're not gonna continue with the Companions quest just yet. I just want to do like some basic housekeeping, and I want to get to, like, now I see how close I am. I want to get to level 50 smithing, and I'm pretty sure if I find anyone that can train me, I will get there. I just need to find someone that can train me. So I looked at you. You can't train me. Actually, can... I think Yorlin is... It's Yorlin, right? No, that's... Yeah, Greymane. Yorlin Greymane. I'm pretty sure Yorland can train smithing. So I guess we are going up to the Companions Hall. But the problem is, if we do that, we're going to trigger the next step of the quest. I guess it's fine if I do that. What's the quest that starts after this? You know, I go back... Spoiler, by the way. I go back and find out that Codlac is dead, and... then what? Like, they get mad at me because I was out on a quest Codlac sent me to do. Don't they, like, tell me to do something? Because they're mad at me? I can't... I'll give it a try. I'll have to do it eventually.
Finally had the nerve to attack your basket. We got most of them, but I think a few stragglers made it out.
Yep, okay. What is it that I have to do? Huh.
Where have you been? I hope it was important, because it means you weren't here to defend him. The Silverhand. They finally found enough courage to attack your Vasker. We fought them off. But the old man, Codlac, is dead.
Oh dear.
But they made off with all our fragments of Wuthran. But you and I are going to reclaim them. We will bring the battle to their chief camp. There will be none left living to tell their stories. Only songs of your Vasker will be sung. We will avenge Codlac, and they will know terror before the end.
Nice, I love it. I absolutely love... Also, you can't actually search Codlac, sadly. I do love the blood and fire fury of... Oh, we're gonna show them. We are gonna show them for showing up and killing our leader and stealing our relics. No, 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 no. They don't get to live. You and me, we're gonna go and murder them together. That's the plan. I love that attitude. So.
When the
Empire surrendered to the All-Berry Dominion.
And you're not dead, you're just fine. Isn't there... I feel like there's like some lore or like something kind of hints that these two are a couple in this game. I think maybe I'm making that up, but I think I've heard something about that somewhere.
I see everything, hear everything, and know everything.
That's kind of creepy. Okay, so... What's his name again? Yorland. Yes, it is Yorland. Okay, so Yorland... He can train me in smithing.
I'll show you what I can.
Train. Hey, we reached level 50. Fuck yeah. Let's also sell back to him. And actually, before I sell back to him, I do want to throw on Zenithar, Amulet of Zenithar. So I clearly don't need that. And I think I made the decision that I don't need these either. I won't be needing that. Don't need that, and that's weighing me down a whole lot. I guess, because I'm not gonna use any arrows, might as well sell him these as well. You know, that levels up my speech and gets me a bit of money. I'm gonna keep elven arrows, because that might come in handy whichever path I decide to go down when I play Dawnguard. Because even if I decide to play... Oh, I guess there is a free point of smithing here too. Yeah, even if I decide to play... like... vampires or on the side of the Dawnguard, I'll still have to go and claim the bow of Ariel. Or Ariel's bow, I should say. And that does special things to the sun if you have elven arrows that can be blessed. So, always keep those. Even if I'm not going to use it in combat, it'll be fun to have around. Now, let's do some leveling up. Okay, so what do I take? Do I take health, magicka, or stamina? Stamina is kind of like the least important one. It has its uses, but there's better uses for, like, I would rather have more magicka or more health. I think we're going to need more magicka. We're doing kind of fine defensively, like we still struggle sometimes. Also, we know where this point is going. It is going in here. Orcish Smithing. Okay, so now, after Orcish Smithing comes Ebony. That's level 80, so that'll be a while, but we will get there. And Ebony's gonna be good stuff. Now we can do Orcish Smithing, which means we can change this entire getup. It's gonna cost a little bit of money. I might still have to buy, like, I still might have to buy, like, resources and stuff. And I do want to enchant it if I can. Which means I'll be probably having to buy Greater and Grand Soul Gems, because I don't think I have any on me. I have one Grand Soul Gem. That's it. Yeah, so only one Grand Soul Gem, so I will absolutely be wanting to do that. Anyway, we're gonna go back home. Am I going back home? Why am I going back home? Hang on. I don't actually need to go back home for this. I could just do it here. Because I think I didn't bring any of my... I guess leather strips is the thing I'd need. Let's just see what I have here. Yeah, dragon stuff. We do have a ton of iron, that's good. We do have some leather strips, I'll take those. Orichalcum is absolutely going to be a must, and I'm probably going to have to buy more than that. And I'll take these just to equip them. I might need leather. I'll definitely need iron. And maybe corundum, but let's just see what I can build with this. I'll probably also need steel, if I had to guess.
Ugh. Been tending to your hounds? Smell like a wet dog.
Okay, so let's first do some smelting. Might as well smelt these just to save up some weight. Okay, let me on here. Let me see what I need. So, if I'm doing Orcish, I need... So I can craft this. I mean, hell, let's just craft it right now, to be honest. So, craft that. So, what else do I need? I need more iron, a lot more orichalcum. I'll go back and take maybe 10 iron, and then I'll have a look at roughly how much orichalcum I'm going to need and buy that much. And remember, I'm always going to need +1 for each equipment that I craft, because I'm going to want to upgrade it as well. So let's pick up some iron. About 10 should hopefully be enough. I probably don't even need 10. 10 might be overkill.
Honored to see you again. Honor to you, my pain.
And now, let's see. So I was going to look at this first. How much do I need? Hello, angry video game nerd, and thank you for the follow. Okay, so Orcish, we need... What the fuck do you mean I don't have iron ingots? Don't I have iron Y'all just saw me pick up iron ingots, right? What did I pick up? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I pressed the wrong button. I guess I could just craft it. Okay. Let's try again. Awesome. So now... So I could craft this right now. Let's just do that. These are gonna be my weapons, by the way. These Orcish gauntlets are going to be my new weapons, currently with a base of 45. Dwarven, meanwhile, has a base of 51. So maybe they won't be my new weapons. We'll have to see. Let's see, 2 orichalcum. 3, so that's 5. Did I craft boots yet? I don't think I did. So that's another 3, so 8. So we'll need 8.
Got some good pieces of the finest weapons and armor.
8 orichalcum. You don't sell any.
Don't forget
Oh, and why is War Maiden's like... I'll go talk to Yorlin. Maybe he has it. Oh, that's cute, Diana. And hello, Impish. It's good to see you here. She's that girl. Watch them swing. They are the punching queen. So. Yorland, do you have any orichalcum for me, friend?
Gods be praised.
You do! Oh, you're so much better than that other person down there. Okay, let's just use a Skyforge, because why not? So I'm gonna need boots. And I'm gonna need... what else do I need? Helmet, probably. What do I have already? Orcish, Orcish, Orcish. I've got armor, boots, gauntlets. So... helmet and shield. I think shield is more important than helmet. I mean, both are important. Okay, how do I get the last few that I need to make the helmet? Well, first of all, we're gonna have to deal with the potential fact that my dwarven equipment might still just be better than Orcish, because I have that special, ancient knowledge. I have the ancient knowledge, which makes 25% bonus for dwarven armor. That's pretty good. 25%. I don't think Orcish can beat that, because we saw when we were smithing that even base damage gauntlet, like base resistance gauntlets of like dwarven smithing are 51 compared to the 45 of Orcish. So this all might just be a moot point. I might not even need to be doing any of the smithing. This might just be a waste of resources. I'm still gonna give it a go. Are any of you hearing that?
Heard about what you did, killing those foul witches. Well done,
My fan is like grinding up against something on my PC. Hang on. Why does it do that? I don't like it when it does that. I would like to go in there and see if I can fix it. I'm just very scared that if I touch anything, it will break. Yeah, maybe you don't hear it because the mic is directional.
You look tired, friend. Bannered Mare has beds for
But anyway. Yeah, we were doing this Orcish smithing stuff, weren't we? Let's head south. I mean, we don't have a place to... we don't have a forge back home, do we? I guess we have an anvil. An anvil works the same as a forge. Ah! Yeah, an anvil is the same thing as a forge, and I think we have a workbench. I vaguely remember that we made that. But more importantly, it means we'll be passing by way of Riverwood, and they might have Orcish orichalcum for me there too. But yeah, this is gonna suck if I, like, go all this way only to find out, oh, this was a complete waste of time and effort and resources because I still have just better equipment. Which will be a feel bad moment just because, like, one of the cool moments in this game is when you make that major upgrade that makes your character, like, so much better, and then you just find out, like, oh, this is actually worse. So now this look that I was so much looking forward to getting rid of is actually gonna be staying. Because, like, nothing against the dwarven armor. It looks fine. It looks pretty decent. It's kind of cool. But it's just, like, too bulky. Like, look at those boots are not sexy. Those are not sexy boots. This guy, his armor. That's sexy armor. That is very sexy armor. This armor, it's like, you're cool, but it's not the right aesthetic, you know? Yeah, exactly. You can be thick and sexy. That is absolutely something that you can be. But I mean, it's not even that, though, because, like, it is just armor. It has nothing to do with just the dwarves' body types. It's just, like, the way they constructed armor is not appealing. It's just, like, clunky and bulky in unappealing places. Yeah, someone wants me dead, yada yada yada. It's old news. Yeah, dwarves are a lot more function over form, which is fine. They're actually like Art Deco, which is kind of cool. But like Art Deco is also like not cool all the time. If you got what I'm saying. And plus, dwarves, make sexier armor. Really, please. So, as you can see, I am very much hoping that the Orcish armor is better than this, because if not, I'll probably cry. The armor is not that ugly. It's not that ugly. It's not gonna make me cry. No, there are other things that can make me cry, and this is not one of them. Because the game's too pretty. Riverwood is too pretty. That's gonna make me cry. How pretty Riverwood is. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Diana. It's just boring. It's not ugly. Like Daedric armor? Oh. Ebony armor? Oh. Steel plate? So good. All those armors. Super sexy armors. Dwarven? Like, steel is better than Dwarven, honestly. Like, Oh god, yeah, don't get me started on common clothes. Let me tell you, like, I'm not doing it much in this playthrough, but some playthroughs, like, I will actually roleplay of, like, I only throw on my equipment when I'm going out for an adventure, but while I'm walking around town, I'll just, like, take off all my armor, throw on just, like, some noble clothes or some common clothes or whatever, and just kind of stroll through town doing just daily business and stuff, and I'll just have like a sword strapped to my side or something. That's a cool thing to do. The clothes in this game are sexy, and they don't really serve a purpose unless you're role-playing, because they're just like, ugh. Anyway. Where are we at? Oh! We wanted to see if this person had Orcish. Right. Do you have any orichalcum? Where are you? Where are you? Are you inside? No, that's locked. Huh. Does anyone remember what happened to the blacksmith? Did he get killed? Blacksmith didn't get killed, did he? It wouldn't surprise me if he did. Maybe he's inside, I don't know. Let's see if you have any orichalcum. Yeah, I would only be so lucky if he had any orichalcum. I could have sworn I saw a flash of purple. Maybe it was just that. I was like, soul gem? No, it was... It wasn't... Yeah, maybe he's inside? I don't know, where does he usually hang out? If he's not inside, what time is it? It's 3 p.m. Get the fuck out of the house. I say as it's... as I stay indoors, usually. I was inside at 3 p.m. Were all of you inside at 3 p.m.? Your girder. And then here's the kid with the dog. Yeah, I know, it's insane. No, I actually kind of enjoy the outdoors. Like, at least from time to time, it's just a nice feeling. I was talking about this earlier. I went on a walk earlier today because it's such a nice day outside. Like right now it's about 80, which is decent. I enjoy 80-degree weather. I wouldn't mind if it was hotter. So yeah, I just kind of went on a nice walk outside, and it was nice. It was also good to clear my head a little bit. Again, a discussion at the start of the stream. I've been feeling stressed lately, and part of it's probably the problem that I have not actually given myself a day off for as long as I can remember. Like, it's been weeks since I've just had a day to do literally nothing. I've always just been traveling or doing family stuff or, like, streaming or doing Vtuber related stuff. I have not had a day to myself in a long ass time. And I really need one. So it was really nice to just go out on a pretty long walk today, just like taking the fresh air. That was nice. I want to go on another one tomorrow. I'll actually be doing a whatchamacallit. What do you call it? Where was my brain going? Brain. I don't know what Brain was trying to do there, but Brain just kind of died off mid-sentence. I'll probably go on, like, another walk tomorrow, if I can. That'd be nice. Oh, this is where my brain was going. So, you all, I don't know how many of you know the news, but I have a job that will be starting in about a month and a half now, in early October. Oh, they've unlocked the house.
You're pretty. I'll give you that.
Okay, is your husband... You're not your husband, you're cousin, right?
You need to leave now.
Why do I need to leave? The house was unlocked. Don't you need to leave now, me? Seriously, where's your husband? Do you know where your husband is, Sigrid? No, you don't. Yeah, so that job is going to involve me living abroad. It is also going to sadly mean I don't have as much free time, and the free time I do have will be on the other side of the world, therefore it'll be a completely different time zone than I'm in right now. So, collabing with people will be kind of rough. But it will be nice to, like, number one, be living on my own. Because I kind of miss living on my own. It's fine living with parents, like, totally fine. I enjoy the fact that I don't have to worry about, like, paying my own rent, and usually there's food around the house that I don't have to pay for. Like, that's nice. But at the same time, it's like, you know, I like being the only person I have to keep track of around the house. That would be nice. So it'll be nice when that gets to happen. And okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see if Falkreath has a blacksmith that sells what I'm looking for. Yeah, like, that's kind of one of the things I missed when I was in college. Because, fun fact, also, by the way, look at the fucking colors and how gorgeous this game is. Oh, God, Skyrim. Skyrim, you are getting me worked up. But, no, yeah, like, I'll move to... Like, when I was in college, surprisingly, like, I always just paid for the double. Like, sure, whatever, it's gonna be a cheaper room. I don't really care where I live. I don't really care who my roommate is. I mean, I kind of... Fucking... gorgeous. Everyone just take in the moment right now. It's prettier than real life. It is prettier than real life. I will say that. This fucking game. No, anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, that's like a Bob Ross painting right there. No, right, living on your own. Yeah, college. I didn't really care who my roommate was or whatever. I was just always like, I'll live in the most convenient place I can. That'll be fine. Oh. Oh, we're in combat. Gonna eat some nuts? Go eat those nuts. Those sound like good nuts. I could go for some nuts. But yeah, so I kind of lived with just whoever. And then, hang on. This road says to Falkreath. Well, then let's head to Falkreath. Yeah, so I kind of enjoyed, like, so I never stuck with a roommate during the entire oh, hello, coffee mug. I never stuck with a single roommate for the entire duration of me, like, of college. Like, I'm not saying even year to year, I'm talking semester to semester. Like, my roommates kept moving out for whatever reason. My first roommate was fine, but he then wanted to switch with someone. Or no, it was actually different. It was the roommate that he ended up switching with didn't like his current roommate because their sleep schedules, like, were completely different. Basically, the roommate that eventually became my roommate, was, like, he would basically sleep for 11 hours a day and had a very strict, like, daily schedule, a daily routine, because he was in, like, all the sports. Like, he was in track and he was in football and, like, all this sorts of stuff. Plus ooh. Hello. You're familiar. A wolf guardian spirit. Why is there a wolf guardian spirit? Oh. Oh, I guess it was a quest. Okay. Cool. That was it? Really? Okay. So, yeah, he had, like, a very routine sleep schedule. And then there was the roommate that wanted pretty much to get rid of him. Like, the roommate who was like, yeah, this isn't really working out, was essentially, because that roommate had a very strict schedule of, like, when he had to go to sleep, he would essentially have designated quiet hours of, like, okay, I need to be going to bed at this hour, and that means my room needs to be quiet for, like, half the day. And then there was, like, whoever else. Oh shit, I pissed off the horse too. Yeah, then there was the person who he was living with, who is basically the opposite. Like, he would be awake and throwing, like, he would be partying at, like, the earliest hours of the morning, and, like, maybe he would stumble inside drunk or something or whatever. Of course he was underage. Like, we were all freshmen, and underage drinking is just a thing that happens in college. But, you know, he would stumble in drunk and or whatever, and make loud sounds, and just all together you can see how it was causing issues for those two to be roommates. So the long sleep schedule athletic roommate ended up moving in with me, and my roommate ended up switching with the other person, because my first roommate ended up also being pretty ended up being, like, pretty like, you know, chill. He was a partier too. Also, I want to clarify something here. All my roommates were guys. I wasn't even out as trans. I didn't even realize I was trans until, like, after college. So, yeah. Like, there wasn't co-ed living, as far as I could tell. There wasn't any, like, a male roommate ending up with a female roommate, or, I mean, obviously there had to be some contingencies for people that were trans or non-binary. That was a thing I know for a fact that school accommodated. But yeah, just in general, it was like you live with your gender.
All right, hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
So at the time, I didn't even really know I was like I hadn't fully accepted my identity yet. So at the time, just I was very just everyone's like as far as they know. You get the point I'm getting at. Basically, I'm over explaining this. All my roommates were guys. Yeah. Let me murder you. I do need to cast Stone Flesh and Fast Healing. So anyway, that was the story of my first two roommates. Like, we didn't even make it all the way through first semester without having to swap roommates because that was just like, you know, there were issues. Then second year roommate. What happened there? Oh, I remember. Also, another thing, I graduated college in 5 years, but I only attended this college in specific where I had roommates for 4 years. Or really, it was more like 3.5 because I did take an entire semester off to study abroad. Well, it's not taking it off if I'm... You get what I'm saying. I wasn't at school there for that semester, but I was still, like, sponsored by them. But anyway... So, yeah, I graduated college in 5 years. I attended that one school for 4 years, and the second year of me attending the school was with this one roommate who I didn't really... Like, I wouldn't say we got along, I wouldn't say we didn't get along, we just kind of really didn't acknowledge each other's existence all that much. We just kind of lived our own two lives in the same space, which was fine. Like, I didn't really mind it overall, but also it was just kind of weird that, like... It's kind of weird to be living with someone who you really don't talk to or interact with. He ended up moving with someone else, and like he moved into one of his friends' dorms, and this was an official thing, so as far as residents was concerned, I was living in a double, but I did not have a roommate, so they had to fill in that roommate slot. And so I had like a couple weeks there where I was living by myself, and that was kind of nice. But a few, like, it was maybe a few days later when, no, it was a couple weeks later when they replaced my roommate with a new roommate, and he was, I think he was my coolest roommate, like, this guy. He was into a lot of stuff that I was into. He was a sporty person, I will say that. Like, he liked basketball. He was a big fan of, like, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the basketball team. And that's not really something I was into, but other than that, but other than that, like, you know, he was cool. We talked about a lot of stuff. We were both into anime. He was a cool guy, and we actually did a study abroad together. Like, not only was I fortunate enough to do a study abroad in college, I did 2. I did one, like, semester, well, it was, like, I guess a summer course, in Italy, that was led by one of the history professors and her partner. And this was entirely like an excursion hosted just by them, so it was all people from the same school. So he was one of them. Yeah, that's usually how it goes, coffee mug. Yeah, I usually just leave the Thalmor be, to be honest. But, yeah, so he actually ended up going on that trip with me, which was super cool. Like, having to get to know him and just staying with him the entire time. Like, he was a really cool dude. I liked him. And he was also pretty introverted, so, like, we didn't really talk or interact all that much. Like, we didn't really talk or interact with each other all that much after the study abroad, but we did spend a lot of time together while we were there, and that was super nice. Then, so, yeah, that was, like, the roommate that year, or I guess the second roommate that year, because the first roommate moved out. Then roommate third year. Okay, this is what happened third year, right. So my roommate did not stay with living in my room the entire semester at all, like the first semester, because he ended up leaving school because he had issues with schizophrenia. And, you know, so he had to go. I think he was on probation, maybe. Essentially, he had personal health issues that were influencing his ability to attend school. And so he left, and they did not fill in that roommate slot. But I did also have to leave the year after because, well, the semester after, because I was studying abroad in Japan that semester. So I did, like, technically really didn't have a roommate that term. Instead I lived with a family at a house, which was super nice, having a host family. It was not until senior year. This was very interesting. I had a roommate, and on the books I had a roommate. But I only ever saw my roommate once. And that was the one time that we met, the only time that we met. And it was just for him to say, "Hi, I am your designated roommate, but I will not actually be living here this semester. I will be living in a house instead." But he did not clear that up with resident services, and so as far as RS was concerned, I had a roommate. And so they never filled in that gap. So I had what was called a dingle. It was a dingle. I lived in a dingle. It was a double single. It's essentially you're living in a double. You know, the room is a double. It's the size of a double to accommodate 2 people. But unofficially, it's a single because you're not living with someone else. You're living by yourself. So I lived in a dingle, and that was just such the experience, living by myself. Oh, that was good. That kind of made my senior year quite good.
Why? What are you gonna do? Cry?
No, I'm gonna kick your ass and make you eat dirt, you little piece of shit.
God, you're boring. You're mine.
No, 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 no. That's not what I want. I want you. There we go. Now, a good thing of having Velkus with me is he doesn't care if I hit him. He's not going to turn on me. He's also mortal. And also, he is just good. So, this is something that will happen occasionally when you're playing Skyrim, is you'll just have NPCs that are with you and follow you around, but they're not really your follower. You can't interact with them the same way you would a follower, but they're essentially your follower. They take up the follower slot, and they're immortal. And it's because you start a quest and you don't want to do the quest right now. You want to do other things. But yeah, that was such a fun experience living in a dingle. And essentially, I have not really had the experience of living on my own since then. So I do kind of look forward to that when I'm in Japan. The whole point of this conversation, the whole point of this whole tangent, is when I'm in, living on my own in a few months, I expect to go outside a bit more. It's something I like to do, especially when I live in a new place, is to explore. Explore the area, get to know it, get to know all the cool things you can do, all the cool places you can go. I establish a routine, sure. I stick around the same hubs and stuff, and usually I spend a lot of time at home. But I still like to take the time to get to know the place that I live and visit all the cool sites, and that's why I suspect I'll be doing when I'm there. Is I will be spending a little bit more time exploring, which means walking. Which is good. I enjoy walking and exploring. And hopefully I'll be able to integrate VTubing into that as well. Because it would be cool if I could keep streaming even on a looser, maybe once a week schedule or something. But I'll still try to do it if I can. Okay, let's talk to you. You're gonna give me fresh meat and start this quest. I really just want you... I just want you to sell me orichalcum.
I asked the gate guards to look for him. Can't afford to chase him down, but could use a fierce, loyal beast to keep him company. If you are willing to retrieve him for me, I'd give you some fresh meat to attract him out on the road. Smart to demand something up front. Some gold now, and some when I have my dog. Here's the meat.
Yeah, so this guy wants a companion, and the companion he wants is a specific dog that he saw, and that specific dog that he saw can't be his because it's actually a Daedric prince. It's an actual Daedra that... I don't know if it's a Daedric. Is Barbas a prince? Or is he just, the companion of... what's his name? It's not Sheogorath. It's, Clavicus. Clavicus Vile. So I know Clavicus is a prince. Is Barbas also a prince, or is he just Clavicus's companion? I do know that Clavicus and Barbas are equally immortal. Like, if you kill Barbas, he will eventually remanifest himself as by the side of Clavicus. But I also know that Clavicus is not at full strength without Barbas. So are they technically one and the same? two aspects of the same being, that might be Clavicus and Barbas. They might both be princes. I'm not positive. Or are they the same prince? But anyway, the main point was I want to talk to you for this.
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
No, not that. This. Really? You don't have any orichalcum? That's insane. Why don't you have orichalcum? Like fucking Yorlin Greymane had orichalcum ore. You don't? You're the only blacksmith in the entire hold. How can you live with yourself? Well, guess I'm going to do a little bit of fast traveling so I can get the orichalcum that I want. I prefer not to fast travel, but it's going to be very tedious to just walk all the way over from Falkreath to Riften. But I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Tell me, chat, do I fast travel to Riften or do I walk to Riften? Does anyone have a preference? I might do half and half. I might, like, walk halfway there and then fast travel, or fast travel to a halfway point and walk from there. I want to end the stream when I have my... when I either have my Orcish armor, or I know that my Orcish armor is not going to be good as my Dwarven armor. And I can't do that if I spend a lot of time traveling to Riften. I'm also going to be disappointed if I get to Riften and find out they don't have any orichalcum either. It's like the only blacksmith in the entire world right now that does have orichalcum and sells it is Yorlin Greymane. And I bought all like 2 ingots that he had. That's gonna be annoying. But yeah. So I got some exciting stuff planned this week. You may have noticed on my schedule. Tomorrow, I'm doing a tier list. It's the first tier list I've ever done. I've seen a bunch of VTubers do just random silly tier lists. Like some of them are like, oh, what's the best coat products? And do a tier list of that. And some do actual like VTuber tier lists for like, you know, mutuals, post your PNG and I will throw you on this tier list that I'm not even going to do on stream. I'm just going to do it on my own time. And be like, you give off this kind of energy. Basically, I want to do a tier list. And the tier list I'm going to do is on my Twitter. I'm going to retweet the submission place right after the stream, by the way. So if you aren't already following my Twitter and you want to participate, go to @Haru_Hayes at twitter.com. You can follow me there, and I will retweet that, the tweet where all the submissions are going. And I will make the tier list later tonight, because I still have yet to actually make it. And then I'll do it on stream tomorrow. And it's a tier list of how huggable you are. I will use my peak evaluation skills as a hugging expert to determine how huggable you seem to be and rank you accordingly. Everyone will receive a good rank because, you know, there is no bad rank on a hug abilities tier list. I know some people can be bad huggers, but in general, you know, I don't think anyone that has submitted is a bad hugger in any particular way. But there is a line between good and great, and excellent, and superior hugs. I will be picky about that. I may hurt some feelings. I also don't know how picky I'll actually be, because I may just be extremely tempted to put everyone in S tier, because all of you look so fucking adorable and huggable. I want to eat you all up. But no, what I want to do for, like, the tier list is I will do... like, I'll do huggability, and that will be tomorrow. And then the day after is Wednesday. On Wednesday, over on Ian's channel, will be MTG Arena. They are doing a TCG month where they play various TCGs, and that's going to be one that they want to play, and they invited me there just to, like, kind of hang out while they do it, so I'll look forward to that on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, another Sea of Thieves collab, because I've decided Sea of Thieves is just a great game that I really thoroughly enjoy, although I want to spend as much time with friends on there as possible.
Why do soldiers bother with target practice? One learns best by hitting real people. Something strange happens to Khajiit when they arrive in Skyrim. Mike is tired now.
Interesting.
Go bother somebody else.
I wonder what he meant by that last... something strange. Interesting. Huh. But... yeah, so essentially, I'll be... so, yeah, Wednesday is, yeah, MTG. Thursday will be, I will, yeah, be doing Sea of Thieves collab with the same two people I collabed with last time, Nura and Impish, but we will also be joined by a fourth crew member, Abysmal Curry, and it'll be good to collab with him too. He's a great friend, and I really appreciate his company, and I want to play more games with him. So I'm very happy I'm getting to do this with multiple people I enjoy being around. Then, I don't remember what I put on my schedule. I think Friday is going to be Slay the Spire. I want to do, like, a really in-depth sort of analysis, I guess you could say, of what I think of all the cards in the game. I might do, like, one run of each character, too, but I mostly want to focus on the analysis. But yeah, just talk about, number one, what I think is, like, what I think are the good cards in the game, which cards I usually pick over most, and why, stuff like that. You know, I essentially want to put my thoughts out there, and, hopefully, you know, give a little bit of advice to new players, but also hopefully I might learn something about myself and the way that I play, and possibly figure out what makes certain cards playable that I don't currently play all that much with. Like, I do have to say, Corruption, if any of you know the card Corruption in that game, it's a 3 energy enchantment, a 3 energy power and it's rare, and it's for the Ironclad. And the power says all your skills cost 0, so all your skills are now free, but you exhaust them after they're played. So, like, that's an interesting... Actually, I don't think I need the minor magicka potion. I'll take minor healing, though. So, right off the bat, I'm like, okay, this card is not all that great. You're spending your entire turn to not have an entire turn where your enemies can just, like, attack you. And also, I'm getting rid of my skills? No, I want to draw those again. But here's the thing I learned about corruption.
I'm getting out of here.
You're not getting out of here, Vilcus. It's just a wolf. You're a fucking warrior, dude. You're like one of the best warriors in all of Skyrim. You're not running away because there are wolves. So yeah, you know, corruption was one of those cards that I just always scoffed at, and I'm like, I never take this card. It's not good. And I can see a few instances in which it would be good. Like, if you have the Dead Branch relic, that is a nice combo. But overall, it's like not really worth it. But I ended up sort of considering, you know what, there is value to this card. Sure, you're spending 3 energy, but that's 3 energy that you're not having to spend on skills, and you're making all the rest of your skills free for the rest of the game. And also, you're not even supposed to care about losing skills. You're supposed to win the game, well, you're supposed to win the fight before you're supposed to be redrawing your skills. So it's essentially supposed to be an offensive card. It's not to be used with slow decks. That's definitely the thing. I don't think it's a card you're supposed to use with slow decks. It's a card that'll give you an edge in fast aggressive decks, so you can still play defensive cards, but not be spending energy on defensive cards. So that's my take on that. If you want to hear more takes, look forward to Friday. I could also give my takes on, like, curse cards and status cards and, like, oh, which are the worst of all of these, but honestly, I think I'm gonna assume that anyone that shows up at least vaguely knows the game. I'm not gonna, like, explain how to play Slay the Spire in this in-depth analysis of what all good cards are in Slay the Spire. I expect people to know what I'm talking about. So that means you'll know what curse cards and status cards are, and that means you're not really gonna care. Like, you're also gonna have a decent idea of which curses and status cards you like to have better than others. And they're all very situational. But yeah, no. I'll do a very nice in-depth analysis of that on Friday. And then Saturday is going to be something kind of different that I haven't really done before. Well, I have done one part of it before, and that is having the part that I have done before is, okay, which way do I go? This way to Riften, and who are you? You look like just a farmer. Yes, you are.
I'm on my way to Solitude to join the Legion. The United Empire is better forever.
So, anyway, it's a watch-along of Book 2 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the TV series. Because if any of you remember, on my birthday, May 4th of this year, I did a stream. That was such a long time ago, wasn't it? I did my birthday stream. And for that stream, we did a watch-along of Book 1 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I want to watch a little bit more. But I think a way to make it a little bit more interesting would be to have other people watch it with me. And I'm not just talking about chat watching it with me. I'm talking about, like, opening it up to people in Discord servers that want to watch along with me, and maybe have them join on stream and kind of commentate over it. What I'm probably gonna do, because there's all sorts of things like the way I did it last time was I just did not show any of the video or audio. It was really just me reacting to it the entire time. And it'll probably be something similar. The reason I did that was to avoid copyright. Because I know with, like, YouTube videos, you can totally show a lot of them on stream and react to them, and that's totally legit and, like, free, like creative freedom and all stuff like that. But, like, it gets a little bit more complicated when you're showing actual copyrighted material. Like, games are copyrighted, but they're meant to be played. Shows and stuff like that are not necessarily allowed to be streamed. Point is, just to be safe rather than sorry, I'm not going to be showing any of that on stream. What will be showed on stream is me and other people's reactions on Discord. The problem is, I don't know how to do that exactly. I don't know how to make... Looks like Reveler's up ahead. I don't know how to make Discord audio play without it all being desktop audio, which means you will be able to hear the show, and I don't know if that'll get me in trouble or not.
Hey, friend. It's good to see another merry soul enjoying this fine day.
And I've heard there might be a way to isolate Discord from desktop audio.
Nothing like fine spirits to help raise your...
So if I can find a way to do that, I'll definitely do that.
May your adventures find you fame and fortune.
Because I do want to be avoiding copyright if at all possible. But the other thing is... yeah, like, I want to avoid copyright, but I also want to invite people to vibe with and chill with and just, like, watch with. I'm not expecting everyone to stay the entire time, because that is a huge dedication of multiple hours out of your day to sit and watch a show, like an entire season of a show. I would anticipate maybe, like, some people would hang out for 1 to 3 episodes a piece whenever they have time, and there will probably also be times when people don't want to hang out or don't have the time to hang out, and so it'll just be me. But I would at the very least like to have some company during that. So, what I'm doing then is, yeah, I'll basically be throwing in various Discords. I'll probably split it up and, like, move in such a way so that the more private Discords get the attention first, so that people, like, people that want to hang out past the time in that Discord. Because here's kind of the way to explain what I'm picturing in my head. The first third, like, I have about 3 Discord servers that I plan to do this with. And so I'm going to break it up into thirds. So the first third of the season, I'll watch in the most private Discord server, the one that I definitely know I can't currently invite people to, so that people in there that want to hang out can. And then I'll move on over to a different Discord server, and if the people that I was hanging out in the first Discord server still want to join me for the second part, they can join me in that other Discord server that's also private but a little bit more public. At least I think it'd be easier to talk people into letting me invite people into that server than it would be to talk people to invite them into the first server. Then finally, we'll move it out to the public server, which is the Discord that I run, along with Ian and Curry. You can find it if you type exclamation Discord in chat right now. That will summon a command from Nightbot, and she will tell you, she will drop you a link for that server, and you can join, and it'll be a lot of fun. So that's gonna be Saturday, and it's mostly just gonna be most of Saturday, because I remember last time I watched book 1, I did not take any breaks in between. Like, I took some bathroom breaks, but overall, like, it was just kind of a straight run. This time is probably, and that took like 8.5 hours, something like that. This one I do plan on taking breaks, so it might even take up to like 10 or 11 hours. So I'm starting the stream as early as possible. And so absolutely I do not expect anyone to stay for the entire thing. I would appreciate it if people showed up, and I would really appreciate it if people participated in the watch-along on the servers. So with all that said, look forward to that on Saturday. And then Sunday will be my first ever drawing stream. Because drawing is a skill that it's like one of those things that I've always wanted to do, but I never did it because I knew it would take time. I knew there was going to be a lot of like patience and a lot of practice and a lot of like watching tutorials and stuff.
Are you sure about this? We shall see.
And that was all stuff that I'm like, I really don't have time for this. I will have a better time just like commissioning people to make art that I want. But honestly, like after some thought, and I don't even know what actually inspired me, but like I was just struck with the sudden inspiration of maybe I should do this at some point on stream. It'd be kind of cool if I did it. Yeah, I was just kind of struck with the inspiration of why not? Like, it's a skill that I want to have. I want to be able to draw. And literally the only thing holding me back is the fact that I'm not doing it. So, I bought a drawing tablet, and I'm going to start with drawing on Sunday. Disclaimer, these drawings are going to be terrible. They will be horrendous and horrid and all those bad things. And that's because I'm just starting out. But it'll be fun, and you gotta do the bad before you can get to the good. So doing it now means I'll improve for later, and maybe at some point way down the line I can even do my own commissions. People can commission me. Oh, that'll be interesting. people commissioning Haru to make art, that's a thought. So maybe that'll be like down the line, far in the future. Probably after I'm done with my job next, like this year, which will end next year, and may or may not get extended based on how I feel about it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to think about. So yeah, first art stream, Sunday, look forward to it. And you will notice that means that not a single day of next week will be a day off for me. Not even Sundays, which aren't even days off.
Not one bit.
Maven, please. I didn't know it was your man. Had I known, I would have looked the other way, I swear.
Turning him into the guards? Have you joined Knoll as official peacekeepers of Riften? You cost me a lot of coin.
Maven, please, don't hurt me.
Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's dialogue I've never heard before. And if that's the case, that's likely because it's been added by the cutting room floor, giving context as to why Branche is being shilled. And that's because he pissed off Maven Blackbriar. And so she's the one that commissioned the shill job. That's interesting. That's some fun facts. I mean, who would have suspected it was anyone but Maven Blackbriar? That doesn't surprise me.
Perfect, just perfect. These should help keep my stock fresh for quite a while. And as promised, here's my trade. Hope you like it. Thanks again for the
There we go. Now, blacksmith. What time is it? Oh, it's 5. Almost 5:30.
Repair? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
He has orichalcum. Just give it all. Give it all here. I want all your orichalcum, please. Thank you. Okay, so you can have these glass arrows. I think that's it.
Remember, nothing but genuine fire salts will do.
Okay, now let's forge.
I love you 3000.
I love you too, Diana. What else do I need to craft? Hang on, what do I have currently? Orcish armor, Orcish boots, okay, so I need the helmet. Orcish helmet. Craft it. Okay, now here's a question. Can I get any of these to be better than Dwarven? So I cannot improve the Dwarven. Maybe I could, though, because of the Dwarven metal ingots. Yeah, it's just not showing me because I don't have them on hand. You're now down to 0? Oh no. So yeah, I could probably improve these and it'll kind of suck if they get better when I improve them. Let's just try it. Aw, that's cute. Well, you got an I love you out of it. And I do love you, Diana. Okay, so two things we need to possibly improve if we can. So, do you have any dwarven metal ingots, my friend?
Come to see the finest weapons and armor.
You don't. Why don't you? What? Where can I get them then? Like, it had orichalcum, but not dwarven? That kind of sucks. You know what? This kind of works for me. You know why it works for me? Because now I can know for a fact that actually I can improve my Orcish better than Dwarven. Aha! I am Gender Greed. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Unless you're a bot.
What brings you to Balamut today?
So, Dwarven.
Purchase?
Shield is currently 59. This shield is 50, and that's unupgraded. 58. Really? Oh. I'm insulted. Okay. Well, what can I do? So, the helmet is 68. 61. Okay. Let me look here real quick. Heavy armor. I have that. Yeah, like, I know there are mines that I can use to find orichalcum. I just was feeling lazy, so I just wanted to buy it. But where's Dwarven? So that's matching set. That's not for a few more levels. So right now I wouldn't lose anything if I just completely switched over to like a mix between Dwarven and Orcish. It's not going to be a full upgrade, but it will be an upgrade because some of my pieces can be improved better. The bigger thing that sucks about it is it's going to look ugly as fuck. But we're going to do it. Let's upgrade basically every piece that can get better. So the armor itself is currently 127. I can make that 146. So let's craft that. Actually, what am I doing? No. I can do even better. Because Ring of Smithing and Gauntlets of Smithing. Anything else of Smithing? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So now, let's take a look. Oh, that was 146. Actually, it's 158. And now boots, 45. Yeah, 65. So those are 59 right now. 65 is an upgrade. Gauntlets. Now this is the important one because gauntlets directly affect damage output, which is, and it's actually the base damage of the gauntlet, the base armor rating of the gauntlet, which means base armor rating for this is 45. So I could improve it to 65 to get 20 points of extra armor rating for protection, but it wouldn't improve my damage output, which means this is still better. Because I know for a fact the base armor rating for Dwarven is actually better for me than the base armor rating for Orcish. So we'll ignore that for now. What else do we want? Helmet. Goes up to 79. Let's compare that to my current helmet. 68. And the shield. So what was that? It's currently 59. What about 60? That's not a huge difference, but I'll take it. It'll look nice. So the gauntlets we don't really care for. Everything else, go to apparel and throw on all the Orcish stuff that's been improved. Now we did just lose all those enchantments, but we are going to go do some enchanting now. Also, let's see. Oh, right, we're still wearing the steel gauntlets. We need the dwarven gauntlets. It could look worse. I mean, the Orcish armor is very sexy. Orcish armor looks a whole lot better than the dwarven armor, so that's a very big plus. I love the Orcish. Super sexy. The gauntlets kind of work. Like, they kind of... Alright, have a good dinner, Ian. Thank you so much for stopping by, hun. I hope you have a wonderful day. So, I mean, these gauntlets look like the sort of people that you could fuck someone up with. So, I guess it still works. But now, let's enter Mistfell Keep, do some enchanting, and then my gear will be kind of downgraded, but actually upgraded. So, disenchant. We no longer need this. So disenchant you. That doesn't really do much. Now, let's take a look at what we have. So we've got two things that can just be enchanted for the sake of improving enchanting. That'll be useful all on its own. So alchemy, archery, 1069 is good. Pretty sure it's archery for circlet is the best. Yep. So archery, lesser. Let's do the same once more with common. And I've leveled up my enchanting. It's so easy to do. And now that my enchanting is 60, whatever I enchant with this Grand Soul Gem will be better. But first, let's move over to... First of all, I want to equip that, because we no longer need the smithing one. Next thing I want to do is... Don't forget to re-equip that. But no, we're gonna keep on Zenithar because we are gonna do some buying and selling with you. So I need to first off sell you these empty ones. They're kind of useless. But no, I want to sell you this and this and this. And can you afford anything else of mine? Doesn't really look like it. Alright, now let me buy off of you 1 Grand Soul Gem. That'll do fine. I'll now sell you more stuff. So, start with stuff that's enchanted. So having a fire resist piece of jewelry is useful, but I'll never remember to use it. So I'll sell it. Sell that. I'll keep one of those for now. That's useful to have. Then the rest, I guess I just sell. Like, I know I'll find more stuff on the road that has value. So yeah, there we go. So I have 2 soul gems to work with. 2 grand soul gems, I should say. Also now, let's not forget to re-equip that. So 2 grand soul gems. What's most important? Do I have anything on me that can increase my damage output, is the first question. If not, even if it doesn't actually, I'd like to think Fortify heavy armor does actually increase damage output. So, we should go with... First, see if any of these can do Fortify unarmed. So let's unequip you. Huntsman's Prowess is interesting. Oh, hello, Annie. Stamina, turn undead, fortify. What's it called? Fortify unarmed, actually. Do I have anything? Technically, I do. But they're both the things that I already have, and I don't want to waste my grand soul gems on just expensive ass... not expensive, but just like, I'm not going to waste my grand soul gems on improving my damage output by like 1. I would rather just fix up the fact that now I'm not wearing anything that's dwarven. That was previously enchanted. So for instance, my armor. What can we do here for armor? Heavy armor. Is that good? Does that actually... I want to say that does boost my base damage. Or like my base armor rating and therefore my base damage. I want to say this does help. Let's do it. If nothing else, it at least gives me a small boost to other stuff. Okay, so what's more important to enchant now? Well, what can improve armor? So not you. Yeah, this is the unarmed run that I was doing last time. Okay, so you can't boost heavy armor. So none of them can. That's a shame. Alright, what can the boots take then? You can get carry weight. That's useful, but not great. We don't want any of these. And resistance, honestly, not all that great. Helmet, what can you do for me? Alteration is at least useful. Fortify Magicka, though. Maybe. What about the shield? So the shield can do a lot of resistances. It can also fortify health. And fortify block. Which is better? Like, is 34 points of health just straight up better than 22% additional block? I think it's the block. I do not know anything about that, Ben of Kvatch. I don't know anything about that. Yeah, let's do the block. There we go. So all those are up now. And let's move to apparel. And we don't want... We don't want Dwarven Shield. What am I in apparel for? Are we flogging stuff now? I think we're flogging stuff now. Like we no longer... Oh, that's what I was doing. Favoriting. So unfavorite that shield, favorite this shield. Now we can flog stuff. It is past closing time for shops, so we'll have to do that in the morning. I don't think I have the house here yet. I'm not even Thane. I'm pretty sure I'm not Thane. But I'm like fairly certain I did not buy the house. Yeah, I don't have the house. Hydrate check. And posture check. Thank you for those, Annie and General Kenobi.
Sit up straight, son. I'm worried about you.
I love you too, Annie.
I heard about the attack on your Vasco.
Okay, so...
Hello there.
What was I doing? Oh, right. Housing for the night. Being the barb.
My skill in battle is unmatched. Fortunately for you, that skill
You want something? Sure thing. It's yours for...
Yeah, what do you want? This is about the metering. We can talk later. I've been meaning...
Pretty sure this is it. Yep. Okay, so it's almost 10. That means 8 would be in 10 hours. I'm jamming to this music.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Sure. Again.
Yeah, I guess I have beast blood, so there's not much point in sleeping. I might as well just wait because I get the same benefit out of it. But, you know. Okay, so, because I'm flogging this stuff, I want to equip Zenithar. Get the best prices possible. Oh, wait. You're not open yet. Wait, like 1 more minute. Market's not open yet. Nope. May 1 more minute. Maybe I'll do like a run around the block. Give him time to open his shop. I guess it doesn't have to be him. I could flog the stuff somewhere else. There we go.
Take a look.
Let me sell to you these, this, and these.
Remember, nothing but genuine fire salts will do. The forge makes the difference.
Now, let's fast travel home. You know, we kind of walked all the way out here. Might as well not do all that walking a second time. It wasn't a terrible walk. It wasn't as long as I thought it would be. But it still took up a chunk of time. Let's go Lakeview Manor. And here we are, way back home. So, I think that's a decent place to leave off. We now have our geared up equipment. We went through the whole training arc of like learning how to do Orcish and then justifying the fact that our Orcish is slightly better than Dwarven even though it's actually not. So next time we're gonna absolutely murder the fuck out of those Silverhand that killed Codlack and stole our artifacts. We're gonna like take the fight to them or something. Where is that quest? Purity of Revenge. Oh no. Come on. Oh, tell me where it is. There it is. So it's like kind of a little bit in this section nearby Dawnstar. Okay. So we're gonna murder them next time, which will probably be next week. That is if I don't have anything else I want to do. So thank you all for stopping by. Tomorrow, tier list. Check Twitter for... I am going to... Oh, I love you too, DD Donster. I'm going to retweet that link where... Well, not that link. That tweet where people can just post their PNGs if you want to be included in the Huggability tier list. I will let you do that. So check out my Twitter for that. And who are we going to raid? Probably. I mean... There's a few good people to raid, but let's see. You added mine? Oh, that's nice. Cool. Let's go and raid Maru. Maru is a very dear friend. I love them a lot. Go send them our love. Hopefully they're not about to end stream. And right here in chat, I'm gonna type our raid message, Haru Hugs. If you're a sub to me, you can use this cute emote. If not, you can just type it out when we get there. You could also copy and paste like I am. Send Maru our love. Their goal is 50 Twitch followers, so if 5 of you could go and follow Maru when we get there, I would really appreciate it. She would really appreciate it. Let's go send our love to Maru.
Thank you, Anxiety. Haru!